German sits with a grin so wide. Pogs on the table can't hide his pride. Creator in the corner starts to glare. Madness sparks and hate fills the air. Stack 'em high, a tower of luck. Germans winning, it feels like pluck. Alice Matt's fury, a brewing storm. Visions of pogs in every form. Pogs are spinning, tables turning. Alice Matt's eyes with fierce fire burning. Germans' laughter echoes loud in a world that's pog-bound proud. Matt sees and he's mad insane. Eyes on fire, can't take the strain. Pogs and pieces drive him to pain. His patience snapping like an old chain. And he's mad insane. Eyes on fire, can't take the strain. Pogs and pieces drive him to pain. His patience snapping like an old chain. Das nie gewinnen, enden man. Das nie gewinnen, enden man. Alas, my fumes can't take no more. Pogs and slammers hit the floor. It's not about the game you see. It's about what fun could be. Das nie gewinnen, enden man. Das nie gewinnen, enden man. Das nie gewinnen, enden man. Das nie gewinnen, enden man.
You stole my heart, you intercepted it. Now you're gone, have to accept it. Did I meet your mom too soon? Or did I do what I always do? Yeah, we made it to the 50, and then you kissed me. We made it to the 40, a new love story. We made it to the 30, and you did me dirty right then. You put the end in tight end, and as I touched down, just like you in a game, I'm in another town, and nothing feels the same. Wish I could go back when we met that day. Oh, whoa, and throw a flag on the play.
Testing 1 2 1 2. Just making sure. Yep, mic is on. Mic is on. Good evening. Welcome. A Saturday evening with yours truly. Even though some of you in the chat are extremely hot-headedly racist, there's a lot of you here that are racist. Quite a bit of you. Yeah, there's a lot. A lot of people that just came in just to bring in the fire and the spears and the fiery crosses of your hatred. But all I wanted to do was just draw for you people and entertain you people. But no, you want to come in with some gaslighting questions. So this is how it's going to work. I'm going to be drawing, and this is a drawing I'm going to do for the North Carolina Charlotte Heroes Con in June. I got the one drawing I did a couple weeks back, the stipple. So now I'm gonna do another drawing of Road Warrior Drake, and I'm gonna be selling these at the Heroes Con. So I will be entertaining you guys tonight. If you have a beer, crap, crap, crack open a can of beer, or get yourselves a nice fresh hot cup of coffee, java, tea, whatever your drink of leisure, and join me as we just chill, hang out. If you have any questions, any good questions, I'm answering only good questions. Okay, good questions. Because y'all think you could just come in here and ask me some like really, really dumb questions like this. Like, Bear, was this necessary? Is that necessary to say to our good friend Helmut, who is a German ambassador to this retarded scene? Was this necessary, Bear? I just want to know if it's necessary. Do you think it's necessary? And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But I like to think that we are honorable in our dealings, and we don't engage in this type of degenerate foreplay. But apparently, you people do. That's just how you roll. So I guess I have to be the better man, right? Right? I guess so. I guess so. So therefore, as the better man, I'm not going to be answering questions like this because it's just it won't be helpful to the scene, to the community, to what we're building, because we're culture warriors. So I simply ask that you please ask me real, solid, good questions. Okay, you should be thankful that I'm still doing free chats here. Super chats are nice. I like to make at least $10 tonight. I'm asking for a reasonable goal. $10 is not bad. Um, but if you ask good questions, I will click your chat. We'll have a conversation. Even controversial questions. If you have anything controversial, I'll probably answer those because I'm sure you guys have questions about some things. And for goodness sakes, for Allah's sake, ignore this woman right here with her violent table tendencies. She's not welcoming. She's in the ban zone. So her, guy in his room, Jabby, the three of them are in the ban zone. So if you see them typing in the chat, do not, for Allah's sake, do not engage in with them. Don't engage in any kind of conversation or any reaction. They're just trying to get their way back out from the ban zone, but they're not going to come out of the ban zone. If we work together as a team, as a unit, as a community, as a world, we can keep these troublemakers in the ban zone where they belong. So, for Allah's sake, do not engage in conversation with them. But let me say quickly hi to the chat. Linkovich here bringing the smoke. You know, you're lucky. You're lucky that your chats link are balanced because you would have been in the band zone with Carol, Gee, and Jabby. But you're balanced, so I guess you're okay. Same thing with Bear. Bear is pretty balanced too. How's it going, Bear? Oz Great Sage. That's third question. I don't even know the first two questions, so this is not even the third question, and this is not even a question, so there's no questions asked yet. See, again, you guys don't take me seriously. You could be watching something better on a Saturday night, but I say, you know, I'm going to stream tonight to take you away from something better just to watch this Drek. And this is the thanks I get from people. Totally ungrateful people. Wait, what's Tay Tay? Tay Tay is a psyop. What is Tay Tay? Can someone ask me? I know, now I'm asking a question. What is Tay Tay? Can someone tell me what Tay Tay is? Oh, you talking about Taylor Swift. Oh, never mind. I missed that. So yeah, okay. Let's go down the chat in case there's anything. See, Bear, I'm not a bigot. I am pure Communitah Unitah. I'm a colored. So I can't be bigoted. Only you can be bigoted. And you have to respect me and give me what I want because you have white guilt and I'm here to relieve you of the white guilt. Okay? So I'm performing a public service for you by absolving you of the white guilt. And the best way to do it is by sending me money because that works. So you will be helping Communitah Unitah by sending me money. So there you go. So see, I'm helping you by becoming unbigoted. I'm gonna make you unbigoted, and you're gonna be loving and tolerant and all the things, all the good things. That's what I'm here for. I didn't call you racist, man. As a matter of fact, I didn't say hi to you. I didn't. This is your first chat that I highlighted. I didn't call you racist. Why would you say that about me? Like seriously, was that necessary? I'm your brother. I'm your brother from across the continent somewhere, okay? Where the sun is darker than your pure white mountains. So we need to hold hands and show the world that we are united in this common front against the culture war. We are warriors. You, me, Manticore, you and me, we're warriors in the culture. We're gonna shape the culture, and I'm gonna shape the culture by drawing you people something. I don't care if you hate it or not. I'm just gonna draw it. Wait. What? I'm just looking at the chat right now. Okay, I already see what I'm up against. I already see the storm and the fire in the chat. So I'm gonna draw a picture right now. Right, I'm gonna do not much stippling like I did last time, but there'll be some stippling, but more or less I'm gonna do some cross hatching this time. So, um, hold hands with the lads, but that's gay like his dog says bear. You lucky I read that chat, otherwise I would have ignored you. See, you people don't really take for granted. You guys take for granted just how kind I am. It's not right. It really isn't right because I could do the thing, but I'm not doing the thing. Instead, I'm being here humble and servicing you people. Pencils are light right now, but let me see. Can I make it? Can I shine on it? I got one lamp all over me. You won't be able to see as much, but it's light. But I'm gonna darken it up once I've done the outline, the foundation. Then I'll darken the pencils up more, and then I'm just doing the foundation before. Okay. Okay. I think I got something. My good friend Helmet's in the chat. If anybody says anything, you don't see nothing yet because I'm just doing light pencils. I'm just doing a foundation. So, okay. So now I'm gonna start drawing a little bit. Let me just. So I may not highlight many chats, but I'll read the chats. If I see a chat that's really worthy of highlighting, then okay. This is a good question. Can you play some relaxing music in the background, like Kanye's HH song, while you draw? That's a good question, Oscar. And that's a lovely song. It's an inspiring song, and it makes you want to create something. I don't know what, but it makes you want to create something. But unfortunately, Talk Studio doesn't give you the option to play songs in the background like StreamYards did. If only StreamYards didn't ridiculously raise their monthly premium, I wouldn't have had to leave StreamYard. But I had no choice. No choice. So, so unfortunately, Talk Studio doesn't give you that option to play music in the background. So you have to suffer me for a little bit, my voice. I don't have the luxury that Dan Fraga has. Fraga has his own music. The son of a bitch has his own library of music that he created. Like you talk about jack of all trades, that's Dan Fraga. So he can play his music and not worry about getting copyright struck because he owns the stuff. That's awesome for him. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the face and then I'll ink it so you guys can see it. Because if I just keep with the pencils, it might just take you out of the stream because I can see that it's. Although I can kind of make it out on the stream, but it's still kind of actually, I can kind of make it out, but still, I want to start inking just the face part so you guys can see form while I continue to do the rest in pencil. So that's how we're gonna do it. And these drawings I'm doing are going to be for HeroCon in June. So I'll be selling those in HeroCon. These are going to be Heroes Con exclusive drawings. And I'll probably repurpose the drawings and so the digital files, meaning when I digitize them. I'll be repurposing it for like cards or something on the road. So when I do that and you own the actual original, you're going to hold a collector's item. Michael Bancroft, he said, this better be boring. That is my brand, Michael. I make shit boring. So you're gonna be really bored. And you're probably gonna hate life when you're done with this. If you become that way and I make you hate life, please let me know. Send me a message and that way I can feel good about myself. So I appreciate that. Same for everybody else. If you guys get bored watching this, let me know, and that way I can pat myself on the back as a job well done. So, Link says, I think I might have me one of the special brownies tonight. Save me a pack. Okay, so I'll tell you guys a story. Okay, and I've only told a select few people, but well, should I tell this story? No, I won't tell it. I'll tell it to some people. I won't share this online. I'll wait till I really know you in person, then I'll share it. But let's just say that I had my own little experience with brownies, an experience that I hope I never have to experience again. This might be the bad pen, I think. Let me try to look for it. But if I know you one day, I'll tell that story to you. But shout out to the people that are watching the stream right now. It's Saturday night, as some of you are preparing for dates, some of you are preparing for some important stuff, some of you are preparing for life or preparing for business opportunities, preparing to get drunk, preparing to get laid, preparing for that Saturday night movie, because Saturday night is a night for cult movies. But if you're not doing anything for the next couple of hours, I'm only going to be streaming for a couple of hours. I'm going may not go longer than that, but it depends on how much of this drawing I get done. By the way, Carol just sent a link for PayPal to so you guys can fund her trip to HeroesCon. Please don't, because she's only going to go to harass me, and I just want to go there so I can be free from being harassed. So I can harass Twitless, because Twitless deserves to get harassed, and it's my goal now to harass him, to make him feel real bad about life. But I can't do that if Carol's harassing me. So please, just please, consider that. Yeah. So the last drawing I did was stipple. This one's going to do more cross hatching and line work than anything to create the illusion of shade. So, but yeah, I wish I could play music, but even if it was just a cheap YouTube stock library of music, Talk Studios doesn't give you that option. I think at some point I'm going to need to just um, I'm going to need to just look at other streaming options. Just Call Me Hen says, I thought you were sharing a room, hotel room. I have no clue what my lodging situation is going to be like. Because I have family that lives down there, but I don't know if they'll be available that weekend. So if chances are if they're not available, that's going to make things a little bit difficult for me in terms of lodging. So I'll have to figure something out in that case. So Michael Bancroft says, I'm taking a day to work on colors. Then I will probably upload a video later tonight. Speaking of uploads and videos, I've been doing some more of my edited videos and really just, you know, hitting home on a few things that have been considered taboo to talk about by some people. So the last one video that I did was on Spawn #1 and Godzilla Color Special, and how those books considered good art in their respective characters' presentation didn't take years to make. And I think it's time we start. Well, I know some people have, but I think more people just deserve to just, you know, they should just they deserve to have those answers. So, by the way, I know some people in the chat are like telling me that I'm not going to meet my goal, my streaming goal tonight, and all I'm gonna say to you is, I love me. I love me, and I believe in me because I'm a winner. I'm an absolute winner. There we go. Just the stream seems to be a bit more chill. Oh, we got 4.99 from Angela Curry. Thank you, Angela, for 4.99. She says, "Don't be a quacker. Play Walking the Ducks. Cheers." She figured out a way to get me to say those D words and those Q words. She figured it out. Maybe the rest of you can follow suit. I don't know, but I still shouldn't say those words. They're very monstrous. So I don't know. But yeah, if you guys been liking the content I've been uploading and the videos I've been uploading, uh, share the links out and help the algorithm, help the engagement go along. I'm taking feedback. So like if there's some things that you think I could improve on the video, the thumbnails, whatever, I'm open to all these. I've been listening to a lot of those YouTube partner program videos, and some things they've been saying kind of makes sense. I was like, yeah, that's a good point. Link says I still have my Spawn number one. I still have my Spawn number one. Bought it when it came out. Never got into Godzilla, though I did get a facsimile edition of Marvel's Godzilla one about a year ago when it came out. Are you talking about the original Godzilla, the Marvel from like the 70s? I used to have. I had the collective run, the Marvel one in black and white, but then I got the hardcover reissue right here. This is the entire Marvel run of the Godzilla series from 1977 to 79. A beautiful hardcover. So I read it once before, but with the hardcover, I'm going to read it again at some point, just so that I'm going to enjoy those adventures. I remember the one issue that took place in Las Vegas, which is very Twilight Zone-esque, that issue. I won't spoil it, but you should read it and you'll see what I mean. Very, very topical for its time. So let's see. Same people in the chat. And Shakari Ling Gee is in the chat. Plungecast. Hey, Plungecast, what's going on? Plungecast says, dropping in to say hi and bye. He's doing the fandom reject thing where they just come in and say hi and leave. But Plungecast is a good guy. He had me on a stream a few weeks back. Helping grow his channel. So he's a good guy. Give him a follow and give him feedback on this stuff so he can grow a good channel and put in some content that this Communitah needs. So shout out to Plungecast. Okay, so we got a little bit of that head there. That's cool. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and shade a little bit with the pencil, so when I go back and revisit it, I know what to do with the pen. Maybe put a little dark here. Yeah, so this is going to be a bit more cross hatching than stipple. Not much stipple this one. So this way I can go back and ink with cross hatching, while the rest of you plot whatever kind of evil you're trying to plot with me. Even though I bring beautiful things to you people, but no appreciation, none. It's okay though. I forgive you. I forgive y'all. You are all in my prayers. Every single one of you in my prayers. I have the YouTube app open on my phone just so I can see how the video is looking. It's looking pretty good. I have to admit, it's looking solid. I think it's solid. I don't care what the rest of you say. If you guys disagree with me, that's because you hate me and you just want me dead. So, but it's okay. I forgive you. I 100% forgive you because I have agape love for you people. Do you hear me? Agape love for you people. Richie Dupes says Elasma is superior in Mexican just because I'm not a Puerto Rican. Richie. Allah, damn it, Richie. I'm not a Puerto Rican. Can you stop calling me that? I am not that thing. This is unacceptable. This is really unacceptable for you people to do that. Really unacceptable. But it's okay. I forgive you. I agape you. I agape you. Even though you don't deserve it, but I agape you. It's fine. Michael Bancroft says, I'm Dominican. You know what, Michael? Come on. You're better than this. Like, you are a pillar of this community. You're better than this. 100% better. You don't need to follow the ways of the layman in this chat. They are rogue for a reason. You don't have to do this. You're better than this. 100%, I think. Or something to that fact. I don't know. Hail to the chat. Hail to the 14 people watching, which is not bad for a draw stream. Oh, I'm supposed to remove this because now people are going to think I am Dominican. Damn it. Helmet says I'm a citizen of Planet Indoor. Now, Helmet, what have I done to earn that comment? Okay, there we go. I don't think you missed much, Helmet. Thankfully, I caught it. Thankfully, I caught it. So, screw Carol. Screw her. There. Okay. Yep. My good friend Helmet. He's by the way, Helmet, I sent you the link on Twitter, so you should come on. But how many people in the chat the question I asked was how many guys in the chat are followers of the YouTuber Dexerto, the creator of the Monsters We Make comic? I had a conversation with my son about that. He's a fan of his, so I asked him about that, and interesting stuff. I might consider doing a video on that at some point. Let me bring the camera closer to the gun. But I might do I haven't thought about it yet because I'm not sure how many people in our community really care about that stuff because unfortunately not many people in this space are actually comic book fans. So I'm not sure how much it'll appeal. Manicore says no because doesn't know who he is. Link is saying, I have no idea what you're on about. Well, then this doesn't apply to you. This doesn't apply to you. How about that? Tim Wilson says, never heard of him, so yes, do a video on the guy. Okay. That's an interesting perspective. So, a video on the guy that no one's heard of in this space, but he's a big time YouTuber who made $1 million or some to that effect on his comic book, The Monsters We Make. And my understanding is he did it while being away from YouTube for about a year. When he came back, he had a whole animated trailer prepared, and it just got a lot of people buzzing about it. And then, long story short, he made a lot of money on that book. Meanwhile, our space is full of drama queens that can't let other creators just do their books without being nitpicked to the bone. And they wonder why their Indiegogos are failing. And by failing, I mean not growing. And my last video that I uploaded, the one that's titled Spawn and Godzilla #1 Disprove This Lie from Comics 8, I go into the numbers of these Indiegogo campaigns, and it's amazing, like what we've been told versus what the actual story is. And you learn more about business than what the numbers on face value tell you. And honestly, at the end of the day, it's really just about being humble. If I can be serious for a second, it's about being humble. Just be humble as a person. Bring that humility as a creator into the space, because it makes a big difference when you're trying to sell something to somebody that's never heard of you, or may have heard of you, and can or will be the game changer in getting those book sales done for you. But no, unfortunately, that's too much to ask for in this space. So we're left with all kinds of bad lessons, really bad lessons in this space on how to make money, how to sell our books that don't even have legacy. And I've talked about that. I talked about the legacy. It looks like I have a guest in the back. I should play him an intro, right? I'll play his intro for him. It's my good friend Helmet. How are you?
Wink, wink. Good evening.
You have saved my art, so thanks for coming by.
Yeah, I'm just here to read the chat and
yes, perfect.
do some engagement stuff.
I could use the engagement stuff, so that is a good thing. So thank you.
So good evening, chat. I hope you all are doing well. And now someone is here who reads your comments.
Yes. And you will alert me for any super chats that I may have missed.
Okie dokie. I
That's
just
awesome.
read the newest issue of Luba Wolfram's.
Oh, okay, cool. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, they got lost in a magical mist in a swamp and fought some monster crocodiles. Just some high fantasy stuff that you would read in a Red Sonja issue or a Conan issue.
So what you're saying is just pure action and entertainment.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm all
And
for
it
it.
keeps getting better. The story is nice, and Mr. Brightshoe is drawing the woman very good, especially in motion.
Yes. Well, that's good. That is encouraging to hear.
Yeah, was an interesting read, a worthwhile 40 pages. So let's see what the chat is saying.
Yes,
Good,
engage in the chat for me. Anything interesting?
guten Tag, Richie Doop, Linkwitch, hello. I don't know the new Ye song. Is it something I must know? Did
Oh,
something
you haven't heard?
happen?
Did I try to
No.
share it? Oh, he did a song. A lot of people on YouTube are afraid to touch it because it will most likely get him struck. But it involves a certain mustache man.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
still
He's like,
he's still
oh,
having that schizophrenic episode.
oh, he turned it into a song, man. He. Okay, I'll say it like this: the name of the song is, and this is a euphemism, but you can figure it out. Nigo Hail Hitler.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yes. It's gone viral like heck, that song.
His mind is gone, Elasmed.
Either that or he's a mad genius. I don't know, but
I think he's done. He's pilled up and brain rot to the max. Is he
possible.
still with that half naked chick from Italy?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know who he's with right now.
Oh, what's her name? Maybe the chat knows.
Yeah, the chat should know.
Hey, Bear, it's going good. How are you? What was the name of the book you read? Luba Wolfschwanz. It's a German comic series from the Weißblech Verlag from a guy named Eckhard Breitschuh. You can look him up on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel and he does drawing streams. If you are interested in a guy who is drawing a little bit similar to what Elasmed is doing, but
Yes,
in another way.
he is my German spirit animal.
Yeah, yeah. I think about buying into his Patreon and get some connection between you and him going.
That'd be awesome.
Because from what I saw from his YouTube channel, he seems like a really nice guy.
Yes. Well, it's a different culture. Unfortunately, the American culture is very arrogant. So there is an entitlement issue here as a result of it. So I'm pretty sure like he's a lovely gentleman compared to the kind of people we are entertaining in this side of the aisle.
He's a different animal. He has many side hustles going. He's also a singer in a band,
Oh,
and yeah, seems like doing okay.
well, there are people that are just so into the arts. They just do a lot of artistic things because it's a balance to hardworking and paying your taxes and getting raped by the government. So you know, that makes sense.
I'm just looking up the chat that I don't forget anyone.
Oh, if you do, it's okay because these people hate me. So it's okay if you forget them.
Tim Olsen is why my god why no I've seen worse from Kanye West if you think about the many other scandals that this guy pulled in the past. I think the only good thing that Kanye West did was interrupting Taylor Swift on the Grammys. That was funny.
Oh wow, you're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he behaved like a total asshole, but it was so funny. The guy in his room is offended by my Nazi accent. I'm sorry. I try to be better with my English, but
Just for that, I want you to keep that accent, just to piss him off.
oh, I forgot to name his name right. A Guy in his room.
There you go. He's a filthy gee.
A Guy.
Remember that.
Yeah.
We haven't forgotten. We don't forget here.
People are offended that you called Americans arrogant, Alasman.
Well, that'll be a first, right?
Is it in fact so that Americans are arrogant?
Unfortunately, yeah. I think a lot of the things that we complain about are what one would call first world problems. So yeah, we are pretty arrogant, and to take it to even a step further, like if you look at American black people, Caribbean folks hate American blacks because they deal with them and they consider them to be arrogant and uncivilized. So we do have a culture problem in America, all around. I'm not saying it's just one race, but I'm just giving an example of how the American culture has affected people.
I think that's not an unusual thing because Germany has one of the biggest Turkish diasporas in the world. There live round about 3 million Turkish people in Germany, or half Turkish. And the Turks in Turkey, they hate the German Turkish.
One thing I learned doing my incoming live stream is that a lot of people hate the Dutch for some reason. I don't know
Oh,
why.
I think they are pretty chill. I was in the Netherlands a few times, in Amsterdam, in Eindhoven. I was sailing on the IJsselmeer for 2 weeks. It was wonderful. Those people are pretty chill. Nice dudes, totally beautiful landscape. I don't know what to hate about the Dutch.
I think the Dutch and the Irish get a bad rap.
Oh, Michael Bancroft, I forgot that you can talk German. Ich kann Alasmat auf Deutsch eine Ente nennen und er wird es nie wissen. Do you want to know what Michael Bancroft said,
I would
Alasmat?
love to know what Michael Bancroft said. Sure.
He said, I can call Alasmat in German duck, and he will never know.
Well, that's messed up. That is totally messed up.
Michael Bancroft is lovely. I like Michael Bancroft.
I did too until he said that comment. Now I'm at enmity with him. We're at odds now, Michael. You, me.
Remember,
the Communitah is already fractured now. Now there was healing, now it's fractured. Pure fractured stuff.
I think you carved out your space with a few handful of good people here. I think they love to nag you a little bit, but it's all in good nature.
I'm supposed to break kayfabe.
I'm sorry. I'm in a good mood tonight.
Good.
And that's why I try to be nice.
You should be nice because I'm very close to being mean to these people because they always want to counter my goodness and my love with spears, fiery spears. They want to chuck them at me.
As long as they are metaphorical spears and not spears that are laying randomly in your garden, like with other comic book artists, I think you are safe.
Well, that's why I'm a safe space. My Discord is called Safe Space.
Yeah, I know. I'm part of your Discord.
Yes, you are, and you must do a better job of protecting the safe space. Don't engage in the racists. Make it a safe space for all, for everyone, of all creeds, colors. It must be.
I try to do my best, but Elasmat, I'm not a good person.
No, seriously, you're better than Kanye, so you are a good person.
I'm better than Kanye by proxy because I am white.
That see, take that virtue and build on it.
But I would love to have Kanye West's millions of dollars and that one girlfriend that he has, who is
You know,
basically naked all the time.
yeah, but do you really think she like screwing him though, all the time?
I don't know, and maybe I don't want to know.
I'm not saying that I want to know, but if you think about it, like a man that's getting that kind of tail often wouldn't be off his rocker like that. Just saying.
I I really don't know what made him that crazy. Maybe it was his marriage with the Kardashian hooker.
I was that was my first guess. I'm like, you know what? I think being married to those chicks it's cancer. So I think that's what happened.
That would be a good PSA. Man, don't dip your thing into a Kardashian.
Don't just don't.
No, it's not worth it.
I think the Kardashians are like the modern day Jackson family with all the crucked up shit they've gone through.
I don't know why they are famous, Elasmat. Nobody ever told me why they are famous.
I don't either. I think it's because they started out like being escorts for the higher people. And I think with Bruce Jenner before he tuned out, him being a part of that kind of gave him some kind of legitimacy.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah,
but I'm not saying those reasons make sense. I'm just saying that's probably why. But I'm scratching my head like that's not like how how did that happen to them?
yeah. I always thought, okay, there must be a thing why they are that famous in America, but they are a non-entity here in Germany. Nobody gives a fuck about them.
The more you talk about Germany, the more I really want to move there. It sounds like a really lovely place there.
My invitation to you and Lady Shadowband still stands.
Oh yeah, I will hold you to it. Yes, we should visit.
I got ancestry research to do.
She does have ancestry in Germany, by the way. So she has some German in her.
Das ist gut.
It is good.
And Irish?
Yeah, she's got some German and Irish in her. So
Sci-fi made a good point. They are hosts, that's why. Yeah. But there's a saying in Germany: "Don't make stupid people famous."
it's almost like Paris Hilton. You know who Paris Hilton is, right?
What?
Okay, so do you remember a lady by the name of Paris Hilton?
Oh,
don't, it's fine.
the one with the big nose and the wonky eye.
Sure. Sure, we'll go with that. Yeah. She's kind of wonky looking, so I assume that's who we talk about. But yeah, she was a party goer, right? A really big time party goer, and that's how she got famous because of that. Because she had no discernible talent outside of that.
Oh yeah, I think I saw the South Park episode about her.
I'm not surprised there's a South Park episode about her.
Paris Hilton, yeah, that was a long time ago, maybe in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I think she was in the Scream movie.
She was in House of Wax, Elasmat, in the remake.
Okay, I'm certain she got killed off.
Yes,
okay.
And it was a very good kill with an iron bar or something through the head.
But trust and believe, she didn't get famous because of any talent. So the Kardashians are Paris Hilton times 50.
Yeah, that's always such an American thing that people in America get famous for literally bullshit.
That's 90% of the entertainment industry. So well said. My good friend James Shirley says, "Remember when Paris Hilton and Elisha Cuthbert were in a shitty horror movie called House of Wax?" I
See, there
remember
you
now.
go.
Yes.
There you go. James Hurley is a movie enthusiast. You can
Yeah,
tell.
James Shirley likes to ask the question. He's like, "Have you ever seen this movie?" Or "What do you think of this in this movie?" Or "Who would win in a so and so movie?" So he asks those questions a lot, but it's good. It's good. I haven't seen James Hurley around here in a minute, so it's good to have him around. I'm sure he, like a lot of people, are sick of the BS. So, I just got served a nice cup of coffee by Lady Shadow Band.
Don't hold it over your mouth.
Yeah, so she's reminding me not to hold it over the drawer because I could do that. So she's reminding me.
Richie Doop said, "Did you see Hilton slipping in and out of fake voice? She certainly isn't dumb."
She's probably crafty. Yeah, I would say she's crafty. I mean, she's been around these people, so she would know what makes them tick and how to get around. So maybe there's some truth to that she's not as dumb as she appears. She's just playing the role because it gets her in certain circles and she can get certain dirt on people.
Isn't the Hilton family also a dysfunctional multi-millionaire family?
I'm sure they are.
I mean, look at the Kardashians. The father tuned out, and
Hmm.
the mother is a whore.
At this point, what choice does she have? When her husband tuned out the way he did, you think she had a choice? He's like, um, she didn't just stop being sexual, you know.
Yeah, but the Jenner dude was a very famous sports star.
Yeah, I know.
Bruce, is that his name? Bruce Jenner?
Bruce Jenner. Yes,
Okay.
his name. Ooh, beautiful light. You can actually move the camera a little bit. I'm drawing the Road Warrior Drake's gun in his hand. Let's see. Actually, I should just move it up a little bit. There we go. Okay.
Now that we are talking about the early 2000s, I think that were some fucked up years. I didn't like it. From 2000 to 2010 wasn't a good time for entertaining and music.
Richie Dupe has a comment of the night. He says, "By accident, I slipped on the floor." I'm glad, Richie. You know, because you've been mean to me. So maybe God is saying, "Be nice to the Pac. Be nice to the Pac." But I'm glad you're okay, though. I hope you didn't get hurt. I'm glad you're okay. Bancroft says, "When Bruce won times Woman of the..." Oh, boy. Yeah. I remember that.
Wasn't that in the beginning of the whole SJW bullshit?
I'm sure it helped jumpstarted it for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God, you have to play the
Wait,
intro.
hold on. Wait. I'm sorry, Tillman. I don't mean to cut you off today, but we got a pest in the chat right now, and I got to play his intro. Look who's in the chat. Look at that.
Yeah, Jabba is here.
Alaska.
A last grab.
Aha, Jabba. Aha. Really, Jabba? Really? Really, huh? We're having a nice conversation. Hammond was going to talk about the early 2000s and what a crappy start to the decade. And you want to come here and throw this like insanely vitriolistic attempt to cause violence and terror? But it's not going to work, Jabby. It's not going to work. It really is not going to work tonight. I'm hip. I'm special today. I have relevance, and I'm sorry, Jabby, but you're not going to win this one. I've already won. I have the victory. Helmet, I have the victory today. I
You
do.
most certainly look like a winner, Lesman.
Wait, I sense sarcasm in that voice.
By the way, wait, where were you when 9/11 happened?
My lovely shadow band is in the chat. Lovely lady shadow band.
Hello. But I already heard her in the background.
Yes, she was making me coffee, so now she's back on her phone, participating in the chat.
Oh, Tim Olsen asks if I have an X account. I have. I have. And you are free to follow me if you want. And I follow you back.
Yes, give Helmet a follow. Helmet's a very down to earth guy who can teach you a lot. If you're a creator in the space, Helmet's one of those guys you really want to listen to.
Oh, God.
Gives you some down to earth, grounded knowledge on how not to be a freaking retard.
Yeah, exactly. I'm totally down to earth. I'm intelligent, totally not unhinged and erratic.
He's not Kanye West, so he has that going for him.
I'm not as bad as Kanye West. Yeah.
See, there's that. See that is the mark by which we now judge ourselves. Well, at least I'm not as bad as Kanye West. I should put that in my resume, and then I can instantly get a job.
So what's the worst of the worst ranking? It's Kanye West and Hitler and Stalin.
I guess. I guess you gotta put,
Okay.
I guess you gotta put Trump in there somehow. I don't know because the internet says he's about as bad as Himmler and Stalin. So I don't know.
The thing with Kanye West is I don't hate that guy, but I think he's annoying.
Yeah, I don't hate the guy. Like I think it's kind of funny that he did this. I don't have any animosity or anything like that. I think a lot of people actually they kind of see the troll in what he's doing, but it is a very interesting game he's playing. So
I think it's a low level attention whoring because yeah, you can throw the words Hitler and the other shit around, but in the end it's really low level engagement farming.
that's true. Yeah, and you know, and I'm not a fan of low level engagement farming at all. I think it's just a means to end your career. But
Yeah, I can assure you he will never get some gigs in Germany again.
yeah,
That's gone. That's gone out of the window.
yeah, oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah,
and
honestly,
and
you got
he's always in the news here when he does something stupid. So I'm surprised that I didn't learned about his song.
hmm. Yeah, it was all over X the other day. I saw some people sharing stuff about Kanye, and I'm like, wait, what did Kanye do now? And then I I find out that it's a song he did, and I'm like, oh wait, oh, it's like it's that song. Holy crap! So
Kanye West is a little bit like Britney Spears after she had her meltdown and shaved her head.
yeah. Although some people theorize the reason she shaved her head was because she was removing any trace of drugs in her system.
Ah, smart.
Hmm?
But now she does those weird dances on Instagram.
Yeah, yeah. And some people are like, well, what's wrong with her doing it? She's just having fun. And I'm like, on surface, there's nothing wrong with it, but she's someone's mother. She had a very tumultuous life, and then putting yourself out there like that is just not a good look, you know?
I mean, I give it to her that
She
she
looks fit.
still looks fabulous, Elasman.
Yeah, she looks fit. Don't get me wrong. She does look fit. It's just, it's not a good look for someone who's a mother of someone's child. And, I mean, she's not married, so at least she has that going for her, you know? Like, she's not like she's anyone's wife and cucking the guy out, you know? But still, it's like, this is the kind of thing that she's gonna look back on and she's gonna regret it because she could have had a husband and you know a solid family. But unfortunately, she is going to miss out on that. So
Hmm. Yeah,
we
Disney
don't.
fucks you up if you work for Disney at that young age. I think that will fuck with your brain,
Yeah, yeah.
especially as a young woman, because you didn't know what happens behind the curtains.
Oh yeah. You definitely don't know what happened behind the curtains.
Michael
And then
Michael
when-
Bank,
and then when, and then when it comes out, it's like, oh shit.
yeah, it's fucked, but yeah, that's Hollywood for you. Michael
Yeah,
Bancroft said, I actually think he's tried to break down taboos. He realized there are things that no one can say, and he thought, fuck that.
yeah. I think Kanye's in a fuck mood. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. I think there's some truth to that.
Yeah, but he killed his resume as a as
Yeah. Oh yeah.
a as a music as a musician. Nobody gives a fuck about his music, but only about his scandals and the shit that he talks.
Yeah. I think as far as like his professional musical career in America, um, at least in the mainstream is concerned, yeah, he's done. But I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he won't have opportunities. I think a lot of people are gonna like they're buying into the edgy side of him and they'll invest money in him somewhere somehow.
Could be.
Lady Shadowbed, you are not shaving your head. You keep those beautiful locks of yours intact. That is your crowning glory. She has beautiful hair, so like it's her crown. I tell it's a crown and glory.
Women without hair look crazy.
Women who forcefully take their hair off. There's someone that are born without hair because of things like alopecia, whatever. You know, it's not their fault. I'm not gonna. You know,
I,
I
I
can.
I know a batshit insane woman with alopecia. You
Yeah.
know her too.
Uh. Oh wait. Okay. Wait. What?
Exactly. Wait a
Huh.
minute. I'm watching the chat. Richie Dube
Yeah.
said nobody minded Britain ending 140 million Indians over 40 years. Yeah, and they still didn't taught them how to use toilets in that time frame. Isn't that the real scandal?
They didn't have a plumbing system. That is. Imagine all the foliage they had to borrow to clean their asses. Ugh.
Woo.
I know. Ugh.
Imagine how bad of a diarrhea you will get from Indian street food.
Are we talking like Native American Indians or an Indian Indian?
Indian.
Okay. Cause I still call the Native Americans Indians. I'm old school.
Aren't they Native Americans?
Hey, look, they're Indians. That's what the cartoons taught me. If you say otherwise, I'm gonna ban you.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm an outsider of this whole thing.
You know what's funny? Okay, so let me see. Who's that? Okay. So I was thinking, what do you guys in the chat think? I was before I started the draw stream. I was like, you know, I do got to draw another piece of Road Warrior Drake art to have at the con for Heroes Con in North Carolina. But I was thinking, if I were to do a drawing of the Mighty Golden Patriot, you think that would sell? And of course, it'll be a drawing in my style, and not so much simplistic, but you know, it'll have my own signature style with regards to the flair. So, what do you guys think? You guys would be interested in me doing maybe this week a draw stream with the Mighty Golden Patriot as a drawing that I can do, you know, my own interpretation of it.
I would recommend if you are done with that to auction it off on stream.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I should do that. I'll
Maybe
do a
maybe notify Yellow Flash and Dillard and tell them what you will do.
That's a good point because I guess there's a legality aspect of it because it is their character, and if I just draw it and not let them know and I make money off of it, that may not be cool. Because I could draw it, but if I'm gonna sell it, I guess I would need their blessing.
And also they would bring some more eyes on your stream. If you would notify Yellow Flash, I'm sure he will shout you out.
Yeah, I'll try to reach out to him. He's pretty accessible. I find out so. I'll see if he's okay with me doing a draw stream of the Mighty Golden Patriot, and if he's okay with me auctioning it off once I'm done with it. That's a good point. Lady Shut Up. Oh yeah, this is a good thing about Lady Shadow Band, by the way, guys. If you guys go to con and you happen to see me with Lady Shadow Band, she says, as an attendee of cons who also buys artwork there, I can promise you that drawing loved characters in your style definitely sells. So there you go. Linkovich says Quackcast. No link. No link. I'm better than that. Like I'm better than that.
But that's a good name, Desmond.
I'm gonna be the guy. I'm gonna be the outlier and say I'm not gonna have a stream called Cast in it.
No,
Well, you know what?
that's over and done. That's over and done.
I'm gonna do a stream called Cast. That's my stream. Cast. There, that's the name of my stream. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but across the street, they're partying, they're clapping, they're singing. I like that kind of vibrancy.
Are you living in a good neighborhood, Desmond?
My neighborhood's technically considered a ghetto, but it is one of the most civilized. It's one of the most civilized ghettos I've been in, so I'm about that. They're just chilling, having fun. So, Lady Shadowbat also says, wait, let me highlight her chat. I also suggest prints for those who don't have a lot of money to spend but want to buy your art.
That's a good idea. Maybe signed prints.
Yeah, apparently those are in demand. So yeah.
Eckhart Preitschuh sells prints from time to time, and they are numbered and
Okay.
autographed. And I think that's a good thing to do. So the people not only have your print, they have a limited print and with your autograph on it.
Yes, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. All right.
Tim
Also
Olsen
the original.
wants to come to Germany to some conventions.
Yeah.
I
sell the
get
original, but I'll keep a digital file of it so I can make prints of it, limited prints.
yeah, that's really good marketable. That's a good thing to do. Believe me. All prints that Eckhart Preitschuh is selling are limited, and they are gone. I can't get those. I wanted one for you to send you with when I sent you the Luba Wolfschwanz comics, but you can't get them. And they were dirt cheap Alasmet. I paid 15 euros for 4 limited art prints signed.
In Europe, many books are weekly publications, says Richie Duke. And Lady Shadowbane says you can charge more for signed ones.
Yes. Signed and limited, that's a banger.
So what do you guys in the chat think? Lady Shadowbane says you are more likely to sell multiple prints versus one higher price piece of art and could possibly make more money that way as well. That's an interesting point. Have you ever considered eBay auctions? I saw 10 pieces for a total of about 2,000. I have not. So I just started getting to really just drawing for the purpose of selling art now. So That's a good point. I should do that. Now, eBay takes a cut of their portion, but if I were to do an auction like on stream, I can make that money cleanly. So there's that. But
You also can take leftovers from prints and put it in upcoming campaigns.
yes, yeah, that is a good point. It's a very good point. I can even do like one print in like a lenticular cover or aluminum stock. So
You know
there's that.
what? I have an idea for that because that style would be perfect for Road Warrior Drake. Do you remember in the 80s they sold those big stickers with that shimmer on it? These lenticular stickers that you could get um, from those machines.
Yeah,
Do you remember them?
I
Sometimes they
believe
sold
so.
it and in cornflakes as extra.
Yes, I do remember those. Yes, I
Yeah,
do.
that would be perfect for your style, I think.
Oh, absolutely. I am definitely looking into that. I'm looking into getting like stickers made as well. 'Cause I hear that there's opportunities for that as well. So
Linkovich wants to know if you considered exposing DMs from Carol for super chats.
it's gonna come to that point because she's such a harasser, and at some point I'm gonna have to just let the Communitah know the truth of Cal colors. So I may do that. I may do a cast and expose colors once and for all.
Oh, an 8-hour hate stream about Carol.
I am, yeah, absolutely. And the chat's gonna be thankful because I saved them. Because the community needs people like me to be an advocate for them. And I am glad to be their advocate. I will be their advocate till I'm blue in the face. So guys in the chat, I will advocate for you. I am your voice. I am your warrior. Just like that song by Heart. I'm a warrior.
You sound a little bit like a Katy Perry song, Lesmet.
I'm a man, and I think I'm masculine, and I think I have power and importance when I say things like that. So you guys would try to compare me to Katy Perry. You guys can stuff it because I've been nice to you.
I got the eye of the tiger. How is the song going from Katy Perry?
Um, well, that's that. I've got the eye of the tiger. I am a five champion of something or other.
And you're gonna hear me roar.
That was lovely.
Yeah, Katy Perry is the cringe version of Taylor Swift, and Taylor Swift is already pretty cringy.
Taylor Swift is the queen of the space. What dare you say?
Ugh. I don't think she's a real person, Lesmet. She comes
You,
off as a robotic
you think
or
she's a psyop?
cyborg, a music cyborg.
Well, she's not married, so that does not that does not bode well for her as a person in her later years. So
Isn't she with that brain dead football player?
I don't even know, man. I don't even know who she's with now. But I think a football player is the only kind of person that could tolerate her. So yeah.
Yeah, because they have CTE, Lesmet.
That is true.
Oh God, Lady Shadowband said that the song brought her through her divorce. The Katy Perry song that we sang together.
Yeah.
Are you listening in the background, Lady Shadowband?
Hold on one second. Let me just mute myself.
You're gonna hear me roar.
I am back.
Oh. Ah, she's upstairs listening on her phone. Lady Shadowband, if you were in the background, I would ask you to sing the song for us because I think you have a better voice for that than we do. Someone in the chat said that you are singing better under the shower. Is that true, Alasmet?
I sing what in the shower?
That you sing better when you are in the shower.
I have a beautiful voice when I'm in the shower.
Yeah, but the look is horrible.
Well, then don't look, but close your eyes and let my singing voice bring you into a dimension of peace and love.
Your shower streams were the second worst thing that I ever witnessed on your
My
stream.
shower streams are art. You behave.
The first and most abhorrent thing I've ever witnessed on your stream was the third nipple of Prime.
What?
Yeah, when he showed his titties.
Who showed his titties?
Brian.
Oh, well, that third nipple got me a backer for my book.
Yeah, but it was disgusting.
Well, those two things can be true. They're disgusting, and they got me money for my book.
Lady Shadowband said that she definitely has a better voice than you. I think she meant a singing voice.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like I have an answer for that, but it's not safe for work. So yeah, I need some music in this.
Some maybe some AI stuff that Prime produces. We have to ask him.
I did ask him. He's currently doing music for Lord Raptor Jesus right now.
For the witch lover. Such a betrayal.
Yeah, he did he's doing a couple songs for Lord Raptor Jesus, so and good for him. I guess that's a good exposure for him, and it keeps him fresh in the Communitah. So,
Is Burka Man still a thing? Can we ask him?
Burka Man, yo, he's still around, yeah.
Oh, maybe he will do something for us.
I should ask him. Hey, you wanna? How do you feel about donating a couple songs? Well, I mean, no, I'll ask him. I'll ask him what where his mindset's at, and then go from there. People's time should be compensated. You know what I mean? Am I muted?
Nope, I can hear
Okay.
you loud and clear.
Okay. Because Lady Shabba was saying I was muted, so. All right.
we definitely need some intros and shit for the horror movie streams.
Yeah, I gotta create some intros, some video intros for sure.
Maybe I'll ask some of my German friends who do AI stuff for their streams and videos.
Yeah, like I could do some video stuff. I can take some horror clips, transform them in a way so it's not like a copyright thing, and then do some new intros for the horror streams.
You can use some clips from open source movies like Caligari or Night of the
Yeah.
Living Dead or such thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, there's plenty of like open source stuff, even like on public domain things, and then there's some that just they don't care if you use it because like you gotta be like a really big corporation to go the fuck you route and strike somebody just for using a few seconds of a clip from a movie that they own.
Are you doing a Halloween stream this year?
I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided yet. I like to. Like last year's was kind of dope because I experimented with some AI animation for the monsters while Drake was sleeping, but the engagement wasn't there, and I needed some guest panelists for the stream. And J Doll showed up for a few seconds for the first movie, and he was kind of bad, and he dipped. But Lord Raptor came back for the second movie, and that more or less got the engagement up and going. But it really depends on who's going to come around and engage in the chat. Because as a rule, I don't go on those streams.
Maybe I need to come on. I was in the chat last year when we watched House on the Haunted Hill.
So last year's movies was it was a Thailandese movie, and the second movie was this one called Blue Monkey about a giant insect.
Oh. When was the when did you show House on the Haunted Hill? Or was it
I
really
didn't.
you or was that NASA?
That was an answer because I didn't show that one.
Ah, okay. Then that was NASA. I was there.
So Linkovich says National did horror movie stream, then DG now allowed. So the horror movie streams are this. Like if we're talking about like the weekly streams, right? Review. Oh, by the way, just an update. So last week I had a poll in the chat about which movies we're going to review for Monday, and it was between Jekyll and Hyde and Razorback and some other movie, and the chat chose Razorback. Well, here's the thing I'm going to do going forward, because I think we're deviating a bit from the purpose of those streams. Because when the idea for those streams were coming about, the conversations that we were having about the movies was more about like the classic movies, like the classic Universal movies, the 50s horror and sci-fi movies. Because that conversation is what ultimately led to to the idea of doing the horror streams. And the movies we've been showcasing were anything but those movies. And the last stream we did, Chinese Ghost Story, like the chat voted for it, and it ultimately was not well received. So I'm like, I gotta just trust my instinct and choose movies that I know the chats are gonna like. So I've decided that I'm gonna go ahead and do the Frederick March Dr. Jekyll movie for Monday stream.
Yeah, we talked about that. I watched Razorback in preparation for next week, and I talked to Elasmat and said that movie is not good.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't want to discuss movies that I kind of like or may not like. Like I don't want to do that. Like I want to talk movies I do like, share that, and then I think the chat will be more into that. Because honestly, after the Chinese ghost story thing, it's just like, yeah, I think it's best we just go with the kind of movies that steered us towards the idea of making these streams. So I'm gonna just go ahead and just do it. Like I'm not even gonna do like the chat polls like I did before. I'm gonna just go ahead and trust my instinct and just start picking the movies. So Monday's stream is going to be about Jekyll and Hyde from 1932, Frederick March, a pre-code Jekyll and Hyde movie that for its time was very scandalous, but it was also considered one of the best Jekyll and Hyde adaptations to this day.
Yeah, it has a great transformation scene.
Yeah,
I remember that. I'm looking forward to talk about older movies. I'm a huge sucker for Hammer horror movies.
yeah. I think we should talk more about the Hammer movies. Of course, Universal movies as well, but not just Universal, but like other black and white classic horror movies.
There's also Amicus from Great Britain, who
Mm-hmm.
produced at the same time as Hammer. They did episodic horror movies in the 60s.
They also did a lot of the Doug McClure movies. Like my favorite one was At the Earth's Core with Peter Cushing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, have you
Wasn't
ever?
he in Caprona, the Lost Isle, or
Oh,
something
you talk
like
about
that?
the Warlords of Atlantis?
Yeah, with the stop motion dinosaurs.
Oh, no, I don't know if he was in any of them. I don't think his dinosaur movies were stop motion. They were all puppetry or summation. None of them had stop motion.
Doug McClure is also in one of my favorite Roger Corman movies.
Oh, Humanoids from the Deep.
Yes, I love that
Was
movie. Awesome.
wasn't that a video nasty?
It was, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was a very good movie. Very shocking movie. Surprisingly shocking, but I think that's why I liked it.
So the movie with Doug McClure that I meant with Caprona is The Land That Time Forgot.
Yeah, no, that wasn't stop motion. That was puppetry and yeah, it was actually no submission. It was all puppetry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was. It's fascinating to watch it. The effects are very dated, but it was a fascinating movie. Nonetheless, The Land of Time Forgot. Bankrupt with Strength and Jetty does an old horror movie stream if you're interested. Oh, I'm definitely interested. Well, I'm curious to see how other people do it and getting to that engagement like that. So totally, totally.
Have you seen Humanoids from the Deep?
Oh yeah, I have it on my hard drive. I've seen it on YouTube under the Creature Features banner, and then I saw it isolated because the Creature Feature version it keeps the violence intact, but it removes some of the nudity in it. But yeah, I won't spoil it. But yeah, the movie was on the video Nazi's list for a reason. It is a very some people call it a very sleazy movie, and there's a case for that. But it is a good old fashioned monster movie.
Yeah, it has good effects
Yeah,
and a good story. Interesting.
and a very shocking ending.
Yeah, the ending is perfect.
Very shocking. It's like wait. You look the way it ends. You're like, wait, what the fuck? So
It's alien-esque.
Osprey Sage asks, do you think Space Godzilla will be the new Godzilla Kong Supernova movie? I hope not. I think Space Godzilla is very overrated as a kaiju. I really do. Like there was potential for him to be done in a certain way, but Toho blew it, and that Space Godzilla movie was the worst of the Heisei Godzilla movies. Actually, it was the worst Heisei Godzilla movie. And I think people are retconning it to be this like cult classic, and I'm like, that movie was terrible. That was a terrible. I mean, okay, there are. I guess. I mean, are there worse Godzilla movies? I don't know. Like special effects were good in some parts, and they were really bad in other scenes. Like the space scene when Space Godzilla and Mogera are fighting was terrible. That was worse than any of the show special effects. That's how bad the special effects in that movie was. It was shockingly bad. And like, I guess there could be potential for Space Godzilla, but I'm not a fan. I'm actually hoping that it's a new kaiju and not a rehashing of the show kaiju because it's I don't trust it to be good. I really don't. Like if they do a new kaiju, I think they'll have more room to do whatever they want, and that's what I want. I want to see Godzilla and Kong fight a new kaiju. You know, that also means more toys and a new creature to the collection. But that's just me. Like I know some Godzilla fans like, oh yeah, I want to see Space Godzilla or Gigan, and like I'd rather have Gigan than Space Godzilla.
I like Mothra.
They did Mothra okay in the MonsterVerse. I didn't find her annoying, so that's good. Oh, that was good. So yeah.
The most dangerous thing or enemy of Godzilla I think of is Biollante.
Valenti was the best Heisei Godzilla movie.
Yeah, I like the creature design. It's awesome.
Yes. Creature design, the story, the poeticness of the movie. If Space Godzilla was the worst Heisei Godzilla movie, Biollante is the best Heisei Godzilla movie. With Mega Godzilla 2 a close second. Followed by Godzilla vs. Destroyer. So my three top Heisei Godzilla movies are Biollante, Biollante, Mega Godzilla 2, and Destroyer. That would be my top three Heisei Godzilla movies. And I don't count 1985 as a Heisei movie, even though officially it is. But otherwise, I would put it on the top. Or not, yeah, I would put it there on the top because Godzilla 1985 was a very superior Godzilla film. But I'm talking like from Biollante on.
What creatures, what kaijus do you have as action figures besides Godzilla?
So I have I'm gonna have to just stream it and show it to y'all. But here's what I have. I have Rodan, I have Angulas, I have Gorosaurus, Baragon, King Kong, of course. I have Destroyer, the Crab Destroyer, my favorite design. Um, I have Minya. I have Godzilla Junior. I have let's see who else. I have Gino. I have a few variations of Godzilla. I have King Ghidorah from GMK. I have the 1991 Ghidorah on the way from Haya. I pre-ordered that last year, so that should be for filming in next month or the month after. But that should be coming soon. See who else. I have Mogera from 1957 from Mysterians. I have Mega Godzilla. I have the 74 Mega Godzilla and the 1993 Mega Godzilla. Titanosaurus. I have Titanosaurus. Let's see. I have Biollante. I have some of the Ultraman monsters, including Garugadon. I have Bemler. I have, let's see who else. Red King. I have Ultra 7. He's my favorite Ultra character. That's because I love the show is meta. Ultra 7. It's a great show.
Are you only into the Japanese kaiju stuff, or do you also like stuff like Kamen Rider?
So I never got into Kamen Rider, not because I didn't think it was a good show. I just kind of got into it. But I don't just collect the Japanese kaiju. I also have Gorgo and Yongari from Korea. I have those figures too. And I have some of the Pacific Rim monsters too. So Link, oh Godzuki. So they never officially released Godzuki as a figure. I know there's some third party creators that have made Godzuki figures. I think YMSF, who operates out of Facebook, he does a lot of the custom Godzilla figures. I know he did a Hanna Barbera Godzilla and a Godzuki figure, but that's like 70, $80 to get it though. But they're good though. They're really good. Shippy Hunter says, which do you prefer? Kawaiju's or Kaiju's? Always the Kaiju's. Always the Kaiju's. What Jabby? What question? I don't answer your apocryphal questions, Jabby. This is a stream. You want to answer your question? It's gonna cost you. Your questions, Java, are very thoughtful and inspiring, and they matter to me. They matter to me. So feel free to answer anything. There you go.
What do you think of Power Rangers?
I mean, I watch it now, and like the soundtrack is just annoying and loud as shit. Like there isn't a quiet moment on the show. Like the music is loud and the actors are loud. I don't know if I would say it held up well to this day. I really don't. But then again, I'm not a huge Power Rangers fan. Like I like some of the monsters that appeared on the show. That they were pretty well designed. But I don't know. It was just the soundtrack was very loud.
I watched the first few seasons and was in the first cinema movie, the
Right.
one with Ivan Ooze,
Yep, Ivan Ooze. Yep.
which was a very good enemy, and the story was good.
Hmm.
And I liked the OG enemies like Rita and Lord Zed. Those were cool Power Rangers enemies, and I liked the actors and the story about the Green Ranger. Yeah, but the
Yeah,
later stuff is too loud and too hectic. You are right.
Rita is a classic from the Japanese version. Lord Zed was the American creation. He wasn't Lord Zed was an original creation from Saban.
Yeah, but he's the one with the most awesome creature design.
Yeah, no, it was very very risque design for a kid show, which I didn't mind.
He looked like a Monarch version of Carnage
Hmm, that's a good point.
with the
That's
with
actually
the red open muscle skin and the exposed brain, and
yeah,
he looked intimidating.
he did. He actually did. Kirby's in the chat. He says, "Alasma, what does Mayate mean in Spanish? Mayate? I don't know. That's some dialect that I'm not familiar with, so I can't say I know what that means. Mayate. Mayate? I don't know.
Mayate is a Spanish word for
Yep.
winged beetle.
Interesting. For winged beetle.
That would be a good name for a beetle-themed superhero.
Like blue beetle. Blue beetle.
Yeah, but without the pox stuff.
I
I
thought
heard
about
that
this.
I heard that movie sucked ass.
Yeah, I heard the same thing. I heard the same. And I'm not a blue beetle fan, so it wouldn't matter to me. But from those that who are fans of it, who saw it, yeah, they said it was bad. They said it was absolutely bad.
Oscrate Sage asks Rita Repulsa smash or pass? Alasmat.
The Japanese actress or the one that was recast for the American version?
Oh, that's a good question, Alasmat.
And honestly, I will one up you with this. Scorpina, smash or pass.
Hmm.
For me, she was the easy smash. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should Google her. She's very attractive. She wasn't
Scorpina.
used a lot on the show, but when she came on, she's pretty attractive. Very,
Oh,
very
that's a
risque.
Japanese actress, isn't it?
Yes. Yep.
She has a nice costume. It looks
Hmm.
looks almost like a She-Ra character.
Yeah. Yes, she does.
What was the connection between Rita Repulsa and Zordon again? I have forgotten about that. What they were to each other.
I think they were just like, were they siblings?
I don't know. I only remember that she was imprisoned uh, in a pot or
Yeah, she was
something.
like in some kind of pot, and then like some cosmic event happened that freed her, and then she was dedicated to the destruction of Zordon. And Zordon said, "Nope, I'm going to hire these high school kids to fight my battle for me."
Rasmet Linkovic asks, whose voice do you prefer, Rita Repulsa or Vicky Verse?
Well, geez, that's huh. I'll take Rear Pulse any day of the week. There you
Yeah.
go. That's my answer.
Wasn't Power Rangers basically a rip-off of Wing Spectre?
Wing Spectre.
Yeah, there was a Japanese series called Wing Spectre, and it had the same concept, but it was way before Power Rangers. Maybe somebody in the chat knows about that.
Well, if you do, let us know. I'm all ears. Osgrade says that he'd smash. I'm guessing he means Scorpina.
Or maybe he means Vicky.
Ugh.
I don't know Osgrade Sage's taste in women. Maybe he likes Crypt Keeper women.
Well, I guess there's someone for everybody. So yeah.
Desert Nomad is here. Good evening, Desert Nomad.
Oh, shout out Desert Nomad. Hell to you. Let me just quickly show the chat what I got so far. So this is going to be a con. Although I'm considering either doing this at the con or selling prints out. I'm not sure yet, but this is Road Warrior Drake holding a gun.
That drawing of Drake looks like Road Warrior Drake as Kurt Russell in Escape from New York.
I will accept that.
It reminds me of Kurt Russell as Snake Plissken.
I consider that high praise, so I will accept it. Actually, let me show it on the more higher def cameras. I'm gonna switch cameras for a second, just to show the chat. So let's see. Here we go. Okay, so you can see my setup, how it is, but that's the drawing so far.
That looks
Let me enlarge the screen. For a
snazzy.
second. There we go. I see it.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the drawing so far. So let me go ahead and switch it back to the USB. There we go. And minimize the window. There we go. What does maricon mean, says Oscar here. Maricon is Spanish slang for fag. So there you go.
Maricon is a gay person?
Yeah, it's slang for or slur.
Do you want to know the German slur for homosexual?
Lay it on me. Let's hear it.
Schwuchtel.
Schwuddle?
Schwuchtel.
Schwachtel.
Yeah, it means faggot.
Well, there you go. I just got demonetized in both German and English. So there you go.
That was educational, Alasman.
For educational purposes, yes. We are.
Yes. Henry Bemis wants to know what culero means.
Culero? I don't know. I don't know what that means.
I know what culo is. Culo is
I
an
know what that is
Italian
too,
word
yes.
for asshole.
Yes. Colby Mack in the chat says, "Hey, Lasma, what inks are you using? I use Primacolor inks. Just curious what you have." So, I have a couple. Is it Primacolor? No, I have So I'm not using Primacolor. I have these Micron inks, but I'm not using these either. I'm just using right now the Precise inks. Where's the camera? That's the name of the brand. So I'm using. Can you see the? You can't really see it, can you? There you go. So I'm using Precise. That's what I'm using. I'm definitely gonna do more of these like drawings because people like it. People like the drawings, and they want to see more of these. And as I sell more Road Warrior Drake books, and the physical copies of Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake goes out this week, people are gonna want more of this character, more artwork out there, more stuff, more more of the images on things like stickers and cards and stuff.
And pox.
Did you just say pox?
No, no, I didn't say anything.
I did not ignore your chat, Kirby. You gotta understand, I'm drawing, and I'm not. My eyes aren't on the chat, which is why I have Helmet on board so he can help me with the chat. So we didn't miss your chat. You may have to just type it again. Colby Max says, "Thanks, nice. Thanks for the answer. Yeah, look good. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's high praise coming from you, Colby. I appreciate that. And I'm not being facetious. I do mean that." Linkovich says, "A lot of that probably can't even say al pastor." Are you talking about the food? Al pastor, because I can say that. I can say that.
Oh, Brown CBR is here.
Oh,
Hello.
crap. Damn it. Damn it. He's going to have
We have to be nice to him, Alasman, before he doxes us or does something heinous to us.
I heard he's in cahoots with Yellow Flash to do some evil things, so I got to be nice to him, because if not, then Yellow Flash will be mean to me. I don't want that. Oof.
Did you know, Alasmat, that in Italian Western movies from the 60s and 70s,
Right.
the bad guys mostly, if not every time, were Mexicans?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember. What is it? The first movie with the man with no name, Fistful of Dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those Mexicans were almost every time played by Italian actors.
Yes, they did a good job though.
Yeah, they looked very South American to me in the movies.
I mean, Italians can pass off. Some Italians can pass off as South American. So
Yeah, my dad kind of looks like an evil goon from an Italian Western movie.
oh well, there you go. There you go. I bet you he's got the mustache too.
He doesn't have a mustache, but he has a 3-day beard, if you know what I mean.
Oh, what now?
We have a German word that's called Dreitagesbart, a 3-day beard. If you haven't shaved in 3 days,
Okay. Yes.
that's how my dad looks like. And he always has that grim face. My dad is a grumpy old man.
Well, you know what the cure for grumpy old man is, right?
No.
A night out with Georgina Floyd.
Oh, the beautiful Georgina Floyd.
Yeah, she's the cure for all grumpy men. So you guys better treat her right, because if not, I'll alarm your asses.
Have you watched many Italian Western movies?
Wait, hold on a second. Stay away from Raptors woman. I don't see a ring on there, Link. I don't see a ring on there. So I see a ring on there. She's everybody's. She's my. I'll fucking thing up. No, don't get me started on my ghetto side. Shit. Get me started. Bring Rap to you know what? Bring Rapper to me now. Bring him to me. Bring me the head of his rap tour.
I have to rewatch his stream from yesterday. I have missed it.
I watched it this morning on my way to pick up my son. So it was wild.
Can you recommend? Was it entertaining?
It definitely is entertaining because they were EFAPing the Liam stream.
Oh my god.
But I have a pack with Liam, so I said I would never EFAP the Liam stream, so I'm gonna stick to that pack. But I mean, there's nothing I really can say that he hasn't been said that he isn't gonna adhere to. So it's just best I don't say anything.
I think ignoring him is the best way to deal with him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the orange idiot lives off of attention.
By the way, if you guys haven't seen the last couple of videos I uploaded, I posted the link to those videos in my description. Please check them out and share the links out there. Just to get more eyes on the stuff, because I talked about some interesting stuff. I talked about the numbers on the Indiegogo campaigns for these creators who are pocket watching, and I was like, I'm gonna look into these numbers, and these numbers tell a much bigger story than these guys want you to know.
I'm interested what you think about if you should show when you do a campaign, if you should show what the campaign really makes or the amount with shipping included and the
No,
others.
it should be what it really makes, because the shipping is not profit. The shipping is a cost.
Yeah,
And
I
I get it.
agree.
The money that's made in the campaign is also for the printing of the books, and I get that. But the shipping is a specific fee for the specific service. So no, it shouldn't count.
I think it's pretty disingenuous because some creators use those numbers with shipping included to get over some other creators and talk smack to them.
Helmet, feel free to be specific. It's okay.
I don't understand why comic skaters do this to Eric July, because Eric July shows his campaign what it is without the shipping costs and the other fees. It's
Right.
the profit that he shows. And
So,
comic
right.
skaters don't do that. Comic skaters only show the amount plus the shipping and the other costs. Am I
So
right?
Ice Hunt 3 closed at about $660,000 without the shipping costs. With the shipping costs, that puts it easily over $1 million. You know what? You know what didn't make $1 million with the shipping cost? The
Some
third
of the
Cyberpunk.
crap that EVS did in the
The third
last
Cyberpunk
few
book
months.
didn't make a million with the shipping.
Which one? The first one?
No, the third one, Red Extermination.
Yeah, I don't keep track of that crap.
Yeah, that one. Okay, so in my video about One Punch Man and the Mighty Golden Patriot, the one that I uploaded like last week, I went over those numbers, and Cyberpunk 3 currently is at $805,000, but it took 2 years to get to that. Wrecked Planet took 2 months, in its first 2 months, to make about 830,000 in the first 60 days. So in 2 years, the third Cyberpunk book still has not made the money that the second book did in 60 days. And mind you,
Yeah.
that's with the shipping costs included.
To add something to that, Elasmet, you have to think about the shipping costs because those campaigns aren't done. And with the current climate and the tariffs and stuff like that, the shipping costs increase.
Yeah,
So they eat away the profit.
yeah, of course. And yeah, using those numbers as a dunking, it is disingenuous without going to the numbers. Again, ISOM 3 based on what the shipping cost could be easily is over $1 million, easily. Which means it made more money than Wreck Planet. No, not Wreck Planet. It made more money than Red Extermination. It made more money than both of John Malin's Godlike books combined. And then Mighty Golden Patriot, which is priced differently from those books, sold more books than Godlike 2 sold. It sold more books than a lot of the campaigns that were currently being funded in Comicsgate individually.
Yeah,
So I think everybody needs to just take a step back. So you know what? I don't think it's a good idea to be dunking on someone making more money or selling more books than me at the expense of losing fans and customers who are tired of this shit, who are tired of seeing creators pocket watching or dedicating streams to trashing other creators. Customers are tired of that and they're walking away, and the numbers are proving that. The numbers are there. The numbers are right there.
I'm not a Eric July customer by any means.
Neither am I. I listen. I
But
don't care. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
yeah, but I prefer the route that Eric July is going. It's more honest,
Yeah.
it's more open, it's
Yes.
more informative, and
Yeah.
you get your stuff on time.
And that's the thing. Have you seen ISOM? The campaign for ISOM 3 ended today or yesterday, and a lot of the customers like, I can't wait to get it. And guess what? They're gonna get it soon. They're not gonna wait years for it. They're gonna get it in a few weeks, maybe in a couple of months. I don't know exactly when, but they're getting it very soon. I don't know what day he said they were coming out, but they're getting it very soon, and they're excited about it.
Yeah, and the people that buy that stuff like it. So
Yeah,
trash talking the quality and stuff like that doesn't help you.
and that's the thing.
It's
If the people that buy it like it, then no one else's opinion should matter.
yeah, and it's a little bit like a Barbara Streisand effect with that. The more CG dunks on Eric July, the more customers he will get. Even if it is buying out of spite.
Now, in my video, the One Punch Man Mighty Golden Patriot video that I did a week ago, I talked about how like Richard C. Meyer, he showed he showed he did a post on Twitter on YouTube how Eric July's characters are not memorable, his stories are memorable, and I'm like, motherfucker, you're talking about him. You're not talking about your stuff. You're talking about his stuff. There are countless videos about ISOM and Yaira and Alpha Core. How many videos are out there about Jawbreakers? How many
Hell,
videos are out there about Graveyard Shift or even
yeah,
Godlike? Like
I
they're not
don't
having
know.
those conversations, man. You know, for all the crap that you're saying about this guy's books, more conversations are being had about these books than there are about your books. Nobody's buying your books anymore. They're not talking about your characters. You're losing legacy.
I don't know any character outside of Cyberfrog from those big head comic skaters, but I know characters like Norfrika or Bloodruth, and
Mhm.
haven't even bought one comic from Eric July.
And I'm gonna touch on that in a second. But Sci-Fi is left for $5. Thank you, Sci-Fi. He says, um, but that's what's great about crowdfunding is not knowing when it comes out. Is what some retard said, if I remember. Um, well, that's why they're
That
retarded
sounds like your boy's sick.
because when I pay for something, I like to know when I'm getting it. Like I have a book right now, and you know I'm not gonna. Well, I mean, I'm gonna say who it is, but this is not meant to throw shade on her. But well, no, I won't. Yeah, because I backed Egghead by Egg Beater by Ali Sanguis, and that was like 2-3 years ago. And like I kind of wish that book would have came out already.
Oh, I have a story. I have also a story about a book I'm waiting for 2 years now.
What's that?
Pixel Trader's Ariel book.
Is that out? Oh no.
No, I'm still waiting. It's I guess around 2 years late, and now they are going on Kickstarter and sell it again.
Hmm. Okay, I don't know what's going on with that one.
I
I
had
thought
a
it was.
talk. I had a
Go ahead.
talk with Pixel Trader behind the scenes, and he's a really nice guy, and I really like Eric Hodson, and I don't want to dunk on those guys, but guys, it's 2 years.
Yeah, Pixel's
Maybe
been pretty solid, but yeah, if it's that long, they should address that because you can't just put it on Ethan and Mail. Well, not Malin. John Malin actually for the most part fulfills on time. You give him that, but Ethan and maybe it's just Ethan. Oh, Ethan and Mandy. Those two are not. They don't fulfill promptly, but you can't dunk on them if you yourself are not fulfilling in a timely manner. But I think Pixel for the most part doesn't really do that. Doesn't dunk on them. So, but yeah, I hope you get your book.
yeah, it's not that much. I'm $45 in it with a sketch from Pixel Trader, and so it's a good deal. And I'm looking forward to that book still. But it is late. It is late. I There's no way around it. It is what it is.
Sci-Fi says, I think it was Dan Lawless. Well, that would make sense because Lawless has said a lot of retarded things, so that probably is on brand with him.
Yeah, Lawless is frog guarding all the time on X.
Yeah, I can make tons of streams about Lawless and stuff. I really could. Um, so Shelby, I think I'm having a brain tumor. Shelby, who is that? Shelby,
Robert
you know who that is?
Oh, Michael, you must help us with that one.
Yeah, I'm having a brain fart on that one. So
Yeah, and the thing with the Ariel book, to come back to that discussion,
yeah,
it gives kind of a bad look to Fund My Comic because I only made Fund My Comic account because of that book.
Right.
And
Well,
the first book I've backed from Fund My Comic is 2 years late. So what do you think? Do I think about Fund My Comic?
uh, hmm, I mean,
Yeah, I think it's a bit unfair, but it's also, you must understand me. It's kind of
yeah,
frustrating.
yeah, I guess. Michael Brancourt has Stephanie Rennie too with Thomas Moira. So there's an interesting story with that one. And some people may remember this, some people may not. But Renee did a tweet a couple years ago in which he put out a page from his Thomas More book. It was an ink page, right? It looked nice on the surface. And he compared it to a Marvel page, right? And he was going off on the thing about how his page was better than the Marvel page. But when you compare the two, it's like his line work is nice, but without the word balloons, you don't know what the hell's going on. You don't know what's happening in the page. Meanwhile, in the Marvel page, it's very clear what's happening. And then I looked at it, I'm like, dude, I don't think that's the dunk you think it is. Like, to me, it was like, you know what? People are in this space have this perception that line art is everything. And I'm like, it's not. You could have the shiniest line art, and it's not going to tell a good story. Marvel is guilty of a lot of bad things, but not everything they produce is bad. Still, like they can still put a page out, and it could still be good, and it could still be effective storytelling. So to me, that kind of left a sour taste in my mouth with Stephanie Renee, because I'm like, dude, I don't think that's the dunk you think it is. I don't think you want to die on that hill, man, because your page may look nicely inked, but you're not telling the story with that page. It's confusing as shit. It's not that good, and that the storytelling isn't that good. And then on further inspection with that page, they found out that there was a lot of copying and pasting in that, allegedly. And I looked at it, I'm like, oh, you're right, because the character's expression in the panels are all the same. It's like, wow.
I know that he fell on hard times. That he had a very ugly divorce and something else going on that delayed his campaign.
Dude, I'm like, I get it. Shit happens, man. But look, my wife passed away, man, and did that stop me? It delayed me for a bit, but I got back into it, and I just pressed harder. Like, you can't put a book out there and promise it to the people and then don't deliver it. Business shit happens in real life. It does. Okay, look, I've had my days where I cursed out to the air because I got pissed off about something, and I'm like, "Oh, life is not unfair. Life is unfair," and I'm just mad and everything. Actually, the shadow band. I had a few days this week where I was bad because I had some bad news about my some finances, and it was just I was very angry about it. But then I got over it, and I'm like, I just gotta hustle and continue on, and and after some time passes, I'll be okay. And that's life. That's how you got to do things. You can't use personal tragedy or personal circumstances outside of things that you can't control, like a major catastrophe, like an earthquake or a tidal wave or something like that. Then yeah, that's fine. But things like divorce, I mean, that's where you should be doing the most drawing, because that's where your balance comes in. But again, I don't know the guy's personal situation, so maybe it's worse than I'm painting it. So you know, and
Yeah,
with
don't want
divorces,
to judge that guy because I didn't back his book and I don't have.
yeah. No, I get it. I'm just saying, like, you can't put a book out, raise money for it, and then not deliver it. It's just, it really is not a good look. It's not. It does damage a lot of other creators' credibility because of that. So Kobe Max
What
says the thing with July is he had the money, so he didn't need to crowdfund. Yeah, I mean, and the thing is this. Here's the other thing too, is people want to say, oh, he spoke bad about crowdfunding. No, he didn't. He did not. I know that tweet specifically that they're referring to. And he said, first of all, he started off by saying that crowdfunding is a net positive. That's not dunking on crowdfunding. He said it's a net positive. The critiques that he had were not about the method of crowdfunding. It's how it's abused by some people. And it don't take a rocket scientist to figure out who he was talking about. But instead of focusing on the kind of people he was talking about, they wanted to focus on, oh, he's attacking everybody who uses crowdfunding. Like, no, he's not. He's not. Like, that's that Stalinist CNN type revisionism of telling me what my eyes are saying or isn't true. It's like, no, I know what my eyes are saying because it's right there in black and white. He's not attacking crowdfunding. He's simply saying that there are those who abuse the system, and he's right. He's absolutely right. But personal accountability is not something that you could find in abundance in this space.
I mean, some of those big campaigns from CG smell an awful lot like a Ponzi scheme.
Oh yeah, no, that has been the thing that's been thrown out there. That yes, it's a Ponzi scheme. Unfortunately, they crowdfund one campaign to pay for the previous one. My guess Miller was allegedly guilty of that. War Campaign called him out on that back in 2020, and EVS kind of alluded to it recently on his current campaign. So it's a thing. Like they do these multiple campaigns to pay for the previous one.
Liam Gray also, because where's Wonder Island, Lesman?
I mean, yeah, that is a very big head scratcher. Like, I didn't back it, so it doesn't bother me, but I can only imagine the frustration of those that did back it. I don't know.
I mean, he delivered on Kakashi Murder Dolls. I know that. With Dino King, I don't know exactly, but Wonder Island, I'm pretty sure he didn't send out anything.
And that's the thing with, I mean, Liam, for the most part, has delivered his books. It's just that one book that, for some reason, is giving him all kinds of hell. So, like, if he had already delivered Wonder Island, he'd be considered one of the more reliable fulfillers when it comes to getting books out there. But Wonder Island right now is a humongous dark cloud above him because of that.
Yeah, and the art wasn't even that bad. That manga-chan girl did good drawings for what it is.
And actually, the colors that the original cover for Wonder Island that Lidl did, that was the reason why I hired her for the colors for Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake. I thought her colors were very good, and she impressed me big time with it.
You can like or you can dislike Liam Gray all you want. You know how I stand to that topic, but it would be really, really good for Liam to get Wonder Island out to the people.
I think if he does that, then, in my opinion, like, you could safely say that he will get his books out there. Because for the most part, outside of the silver edition of Xenotype and Wonder Island, he has delivered on his other books.
Yeah, he should do two things. He should do the Wonder Island campaign, and he should do a hiatus from the internet for a while. That's what I would say to him if I were his friend.
Yeah, I totally. Henry Beebe says, what's funny is EVS and crew are complaining that Eric July is hurting crowdfunding, but they've done more to hurt crowdfunding than he ever could. All you gotta do, guys, is look at the comment section for Wrecked Planet, Rainbow the Brute, Red Extermination, and now Gemshock. That tells you the story right there. And I even covered some of those comments in my last video about Spawn and Godzilla. I go a little bit into the comment section of those campaigns. That is what's hurting crowdfunding. Make no bones about it. That is what's hurting crowdfunding.
I mean, even the comic skaters who deliver on time, like John Malin and Shane Davis, get really nasty refund requests in their comment sections on their campaigns because of the behavior.
Yes, and that's the thing. Like Malin will fulfill, but his behavior is deplorable. His behavior is absolutely disgusting and embarrassing.
Yeah, I think he did more damage to crowdfunding than EVS, actually. because of what he told the people not to go to Kickstarter and the crap and ore bullshit.
Yes, yes. I agree. I agree.
And he burned way more bridges with other people than EVS. The whole Dungeoneers crap was his bullshit, not EVS's bullshit.
Yeah, yeah. But honestly, like Narwhal's doing great for himself. Irene Shikowski is doing excellent. Like she had a great successful tour of in Japan, right in Osaka, with the Osaka Con, and she did really good. She did exceptionally well. So I'm happy to hear that. And Narwhal's doing great with Vatican City. Like everywhere you go, um, Vatican City is sold out. So Narwhal, aka Per Berg, he's on the second chapter of his comic career. So he's doing good. Um, Phil Diaz just needs to continue his hustle, and he's going to end up doing really good too. So honestly, all those cats that were nicknamed the Dungeoneers, all they got to do is just turn their back and just press forward. They're going to do great. Irene's doing great. Narwhal's is doing great. Von Coleman is already starting off with his Phenomenal comics, so and he's fulfilling them. So they're going to be fine. Like just turn your back to this noise and look ahead. Your fan base will be there, and they'll propel you. They'll be fine.
Or be like Michael Bancroft and do that stuff from the beginning.
Yes. Yes.
He did right. He did right from the start. I really admire Michael Bancroft's character. Good guy, really.
No, Michael Bancroft was one of the few in Comicsgate that really built his platform from the bottom up. Like had his own niche, developed his own audience, and he, in my opinion, is untouchable because of it. There isn't a bad word that the quote unquote kings can say about him that's going to hurt him because they can't hurt him because he's untouchable because his people already know that any criticism like that about him is disingenuous, so he can't be hurt. Batso says the refusal to use Kickstarter is nuts. It's the only choice with an inbuilt crowd. Yeah, you know what? And then the more you find out about how Kickstarter operates, the more you realize that the boycott was more about evading accountability than it was a support of being quote unquote canceled, as we're finding out.
Yeah, and Kickstarter doesn't allow you to open several more campaigns if you have one unfulfilled.
Let me just show you guys an update of the drawing. Let me go ahead and enlarge the screen. There you go. How's that?
He even wears the urban camo pants from Kurt Russell.
Oh, he had these. This is Drake's pants from like the first book, Street Champion Road Warrior Drake, when he upgraded near on the third act, and he's worn these pants for most of Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake. So yeah, I'm thinking about now doing a background for him, and then that's it. The piece is done. So how about that? How about that? Like I actually managed to complete the piece in the stream.
It's interesting because now that I see this drawing, I kind of think where you came from with the Road Warrior name.
Mm-hmm.
Because the leather thing that he wears on his upper body looks a lot like the outfit from the Legion of Doom, from the Road Warriors from the WWF days.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. That definitely like Mad Max. The way the costumes were, and then Fist of the North Star also kind of had the same thing going for it as well.
Oh yeah, Kenshiro has similar outfit. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The band of Rose that he fights, like they all have this like they have the weird little gear. So, how about you draw the Clock People book? So Kuma, I think the Clock People book is going to be indefinitely delayed right now. My entire focus is on Road Warrior Drake. And there's some people that are wondering, like, why don't I just do other books? Well, I guess it's the same reason why Jeff Smith is just sticking with Bone, and why like people like Jim Davis have their IP, dedicated to Garfield, for example, or like Cerebus was like Dave Sim for a long time, and that was his only focus. It's just, I just think it's better to just say focus on one IP, make that my sole artistic venture. That way, I have a world that I'm building, and that world becomes attractive, and that world is what it's what um it becomes the brand. So anything you make within that world is automatically marketable. So trust me, like there was a time when I was dead set on the Clock People book, but that changed after my wife passed away. And I said, you know what, I don't think I have it in me to do that book. And if it means anything though, some of the pages that I was gonna do for Clock People ended up in Beast Citizen Road Warrior Drake. So some of those pages did not go to waste. They did get repurposed for that book. But I did like the cover I did for it though. So I don't know. I can't I don't want to say I'll never do it, but it is on hold for now. Guy in this room says Rini said the same thing about Fiendish. That she's sticking with that for a while till the story's fully told. Yeah, I mean that's good because that's gonna help her with her success because she's gonna become known for that, and that's gonna be her IP, and it'll be an easy selling point for her. Because when I think of Irene, I think of Fiendish. When I hear Fiendish, Irene Strakowski's name comes up. It's like, oh yeah. It's like when people hear Road Warrior Drake or hear me, when they think of Elasmat, they think of Road Warrior Drake. Instant marketing. It took me years to get to this point, but I got here. And I'd be hard pressed to abandon that mission. I need to write it out. And I'm going to write it out for as long as I can. Because here's the thing, I'm doing this for fun. If this doesn't become a career, I'm okay with that. I'm having fun. I'm having fun doing this. I love drawing Road Warrior Drake. I love the fun of it. I don't take this shit as seriously as some people do. I enjoy it. It's fun. And I want to keep doing it for as long as I'm having fun doing it. So I'm gonna use the big pen for the background here. Yeah, I can do it. I'm not reading that, Guy. I'm not reading that. Akuma says that's your drawing really has improved a lot in the years I've seen you. That's a rare kayfabe break for you. I don't know how I feel about that. That's I need a moment to process that one. I need a moment to process that. That one is that one's deep. Just make sure I'm not drawing up anything. Okay, all right. Because these pens will bleed, so I want to make sure there's nothing behind these papers. This week I have to get the frames for these drawings, but I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I get proper scans of these done first.
Lady Shadowband says that you have a super chat.
Oh, she's saying that you have to super chat me if you want me to read it. I took it, Henry. I took it. I processed it. I appreciate that, Akuma. Thank you. Thank you for that. That was very kind of you. It's just that I spent years fielding comments from people on Comicsgate about how my art was shit, and and how my book is shit. And what's funny is that like you look at how Eric July handled the criticism early for ISOM, and you look at how Ethan Curley handles criticism for anything he does, and I'm like, y'all haven't gotten a fraction of the heat that I got for my stuff. And you know what I didn't do? I didn't live stream about it. I didn't go and cry about it. I didn't say, "Oh, you're wrong. You're totally like bad faith actors." I didn't do that because I wasn't dumb enough to hurt my own legacy to put that on my resume and now feel comments from people about how soft I am and how I can't handle criticism. And now my book is no longer the topic of focus. It's my behavior. People could learn. You know, I may not have worked in the big two. I may not have worked in the professional side of things. Not that that matters. Like I don't think it's a flex, but for argument's sake, let's just say it is. I may not have worked in those places, but I worked enough jobs to know that humility goes a long way. And humility is missing in this space. Like it's totally not available.
But you have to be fair, Desmond. It isn't really about comics anymore in
Oh no,
those spaces.
absolutely not. No, no, no. Make no mistake. This is no the comic skates side of things is no longer about the comics anymore. It's about owning Eric July. It's about first it was about owning Tim Lim, then Tim April. Now it's about owning Eric July and Yellow Flash. Even after Dilla said, "Hey, my family's fine," they still want to weaponize his ordeal. They still want to weaponize it, and I'm like, that's pretty shitty behavior.
Yeah, I mean, it's CG on brand.
Okay, speaking of shitty behavior, Carol, I don't cry in the shower. Well, at least not with my Godzilla toys. But no, I don't do this with my Godzilla toys. I consume them. I play with them. I don't cry with them. I'm a grown man, Carol. I don't do that thing with it. You just said I did. So there.
I think you should do what you want to do under the shower, but at least don't make it on camera.
But I don't do that in the shower. I don't cry in the shower. Don't listen to colors. Don't listen to colors. She's a gaslighter. Whatever you do, don't listen to colors. Please, for Allah's sake, don't do it.
I always thought that you are playing with Turtles figures under the shower, not with Godzilla figures.
I was 10 years old when I stopped bringing toys into the shower, okay? I'm grown now. I've been grown. I am not. Did you see what she typed to me, Akuma? I can't let that stand. No, you're not. Colors. You're typing from the banned zone. You're not innocent at all. You think you are, but you're not. You convince a legion of simps that you're innocent. I see right through you. You keep throwing words of terror at me, and I'm done. I'm done. I mean, what I meant to say was, I'm not going to allow you, Carol, to break me because I'm an influential voice in this Communitah. I have power and significance, and you're not going to break me. It's not going to happen. Raptor says, Carol's a witch. You better be careful. What she might hex you. She says she's not a witch. She's Carol campaign. So yeah, this is why she's in the ban zone. Wait, the gay Rhea on the stream is over the top. Look, okay, we know, well, Red, any hint of emotion is over the top because you're so dull when you talk and you just want to go give long-winded response when people ask you something and it becomes a conversation where the attention to a commitment is a stress and a strain on the mind and the soul. That's you. So any kind of emotion is reading over the top. So that's why. So there you go. There you go. This is Oscar Sage. You're a jerk for that. I am 5'7". I'm not 5'2". Robert Romano was 6'2". That's why I look short to him. But he was a tall guy. I'm 5'7". I'm the average size. It's cute that you think you have power. I do. I absolutely have power. I'm not going to allow you to turn me into something I'm not. I am significant in this space. Gee. Why do these people not think that, Helmut? Why don't they think that I have power and significance? I do.
I just learned that I'm higher, that I'm bigger than you. What have you said? You are 5.2?
I'm 5'7". See?
Yeah, I'm higher. I'm larger than you. I'm 5'9". And I thought I was a tiny guy, but it seems that you are a dwarf. A dwarf with a peanut head. Are you crying now, Elasman?
Absolutely not. I am not crying. How dare you say that? I am not lying, colors. I really am 5'7". I'm a tall person.
You're a freckle.
I'm a what now?
You are a freckle. You are a gnome, an Ewok, a small person, a midget.
That's hurtful.
Yeah, you said you are 5.7.
I am not a midget. Oh wait, Angela, what I missed? Wait, what I missed? Hold on, Angela. Let me show you what you missed. Let me show you. Let me go back to the high definition camera and enlarge the screen. There you go. Another piece for the Heroes Con. Although I'm either gonna sell this original or maybe I do what the people say and make copies of it and sell the prints, limited edition prints. So I might do that. I might just sell limited edition prints and then maybe at some point auction off the original. Or should I auction off the original and then sell the prints? I don't know. Now I gotta think about that one. I gotta think about that one. That one's a good point.
Do 20 of those and sell them as limited edition.
You're right. I should do that. I should do that. You're right. Between this and the between this and the stipple piece right here. Make copies. So make limited copies and then sell the edition, the limited editions.
Do you have the original drawing of the dancing Isam from the cockfight?
I sold that.
Oh no, you could have made prints of that one.
I mean, I can make prints of it. I have the digital file. I could just print it from the digital file and make prints of that, and to sell limited edition prints.
I like that one. That one is pretty cool, and I think as a print it would sell most definitely.
Oh yeah, I think so too. I think it will. I think it and I don't like to brag, but these look pretty good if I say so myself. Hold on, I'm gonna sign it before I forget. I'm gonna sign it right here. This pen don't work, so
Just do a P and an H for peanut head.
really? There. Signed, sealed, delivered. There you go. So I've completed a drawing on stream. Look at that. My second fully because some of my draw streams that I've done for B Citizen Rory Drake were done on the Clip Studio. Although I have original drawings for that book. Like, let me show you some. So I have some of the pencil drawings for it, right? Before I inked it digitally, and I have some of the pages that I did ink here. right? So actually, let me show you. So let me put the high definition camera for this one. So at some point, I would sell original art from the book itself. This is one of the pages that I drew on the pad. Let me show you that same page in the hardcover right here. Let me see. Oh, look at that! Just turned right into it. So here's the drawing, right? Okay, see that helmet? You see that?
Yes.
Okay, now look at it. And this is page 102 in the book. See it?
Ah.
See it? So that's one of the pages. Actually, one of my favorite pages that I drew by hand. Let me look for it. It should be in this drawing pad here. Let me see. See if I can find it. Here we go. One of my favorites that I drew. See that?
Yes. That looks really dynamic.
Yes. And now this is the page in the book right here. So let me look for it. So it is page number. Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Page 124. See it?
Yep.
So about 30% of it was hand drawn. The rest of it was done on the Clip Studio. But it's all my drawing though. And the ones I did on paper, I am gonna have to sell these. That's at some point I'm gonna sell them. Once the book has real reach, and I can make some money like that. So I think people that are gonna be fans of the character are gonna want to invest in those, and I'm all for it. I'm 100% for it. You shut up, Guy. You shut up. My setting says high definition, therefore it's high definition. So stay in the banned zone. Goodbye. You're banned. You're banned. Kobe Max says that's badass. I appreciate that, Kobe. Thank you. Thank you. And I am definitely proud of my style and how it's come. And I'm thankful I can have an opportunity to draw it, have an actual audience watching it, and people are into it. That's awesome. I'm totally about that.
That drawing would also make a banger sticker.
Yeah, and hold on, let me just finish my coffee here. Hold on. My print shop can do stickers, so and the Shadow Man just told me she could do stickers too. So, but yeah, like I said, the options are there to do stickers and posters, but not Pogs. Pogs are out of the question.
Oh no. Boo. Boo.
Maybe I'll do Pogs. I don't know.
We'll do a pod just for him.
Okay, Lady Shadow Man says I should do a Pog just for you.
That would be really nice and generous.
Andrew Curry says your camera thing looks duck-like. What does that mean? Oh, she means the physical camera. I see what you're talking about. I didn't understand it for a second, but now I get it. I don't know how I feel about that, but that there you go. That's
Did you show up for that shot?
Lady Shadowman wants me to show off these ducks. Like, okay, so I was at a con last week. I guess I'll show it.
On my birthday.
Okay, wait. What happened to the camera? Did my thing go off? Oh yeah, it did. I think. Hold on. My USB camera went off for a second. Hold on. Are you still there, Helmet?
Yeah, I'm still there. I'm reading the chat.
It's 4G running through here. It probably yanked it.
Yeah, it did. Probably did.
So,
Okay, I'm just confirming that I'm still operating.
I can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna put.
Hello. Hello. I hope you guys can still hear me, but I can't hear Elasmit. Can you just Elasmit?
Hold on.
Ah,
Checking
okay.
1 2. 1 2. Can you hear me?
Can you say peanut head?
I am not a peanut head.
Okay. He's back. He's back. Good.
Yeah, my keyboard fell, and it just caused a disruption. Um, with the connection. Hold on, I'm gonna mute myself for a second. Hold on.
Is LRJ streaming tonight, chat? Because you are talking about that. Can somebody tell me that? Oh, you can hear me, Colby. Mac, sehr gut. He's showing a premiere. A premiere. Okay, about what, Carol? Peanut Head is muted, but unfortunately you can see his rancid body.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, and unfortunately we can see you also.
Good one.
Oh, look, he tries to look intimidating. Ooh.
I am intimidating.
Yeah, I'm shitting my pants right now,
You
Elasman.
should. You absolutely should. I'm dangerous. I could end you, helmet. You know that, right? I could end you.
You are a
don't want-
midget. I'm taller
don't
than
want-
you, Elasmet. You can maybe dance around my feet, but nothing more.
Well, Raptor is premiering his videos right now, so um oh wait, before I go, yes, she wants me to show the D words. Hold on. I guess I could do that. So she got these from me at the con last week.
On my birthday.
Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, crotchet.
Look at this. This was not. This was not. This was not a part of the plan. Look at this. Look at this. The hell.
Is this real crotchet or 3D printed?
This is crochet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is all crocheted.
Very good crochet. Look at the stitching.
Beautiful.
You're disgusting. Say excuse.
This was not. This is not excusable. Like I'm a respected creator. I don't need to be gaslit like this.
You're a duck and you love the Ninja Turtles. It's perfect.
Okay, I think I'm gonna call it a stream because I already drew my thing. Any last words, Helmut?
What do we do next week? Tell the chat what is planned. What we will do next week.
Well, Monday we're doing the horror stream, the Monday Monster Moratorium, and we're going to be discussing the 1932 Jekyll and Hyde movie with Frederick March. We're going to talk about that, and then Thursday's Indie Comic Outlier. I've not picked my outlier yet, but I will, and we will go from there. So, but I'm going to call it a stream, and Helmut, it was a pleasure.
Yeah, for me too. It was a very nice stream with a good painting at the end. Might I say one of your best paintings ever?
No, I appreciate that. Thank you. That means a lot to me. That actually does mean a lot. I'm ready to do an EVS and cry because I think I will do that. So
Yeah, and also it was very informative today. I learned something new from you.
Oh,
Yeah, that you
What
are a
did you learn?
midget. What's happening now? Is he dead? Peanut Head?
I am not a midget. Goodbye, y'all.